Hello everyone, this is Carson back again, and I'm back again with another video that I'm going to show today. This is kind of an early birthday special. My birthday is tomorrow, I'm turning 18, and I wanted to share some Hot Wheels with you guys that are very special to me. These cars are what I would say they tell stories. They mean a lot to me. They are very special to me, even though my top 10 favorite Hot Wheels also mean a lot to me. These cars also are very special to me as well, even though like a couple of them right by the side are also in my top 10s as well. I thought I'd also mention that some of these cars are that I think a couple of them are kind of rare, but they're loose, and I thought I'd show you them out of the box because I think they're very special. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the video. Now, an example of a car being telling a story, I'm going to show you right now, is this version of 16 Angels. Now, this car came out in 2015, and after 2015, this was after my mom had breast cancer. She went through all of her chemo treatment, and she was kind of growing her hair out a little. I was still a little bit, what's the word? I was still a little, like, I wouldn't say pain, but I was still in a little bit, like, in an afterburn. I was, like, emotionally tired, overwhelmed from the treatments, but I was very happy of the support everyone gave my mother and everything else. I was very happy that she made it through the chemo treatments and everything, and all the radiation. And for this car to come out after 5 years was really like a beacon of light, especially in these colors. So I thought this would be very nice to mention this car, simply because it felt like a beacon of light, and I like to call it the breast cancer special car, even though it's not breast cancer themed. And of course, because it glows in the dark, I'm going to kill the lights. And my Futurismo in the back is probably going to glow too. And it's probably not glowing, but oh well. Up next is the Shadow Jet from 2001. Now this car, it may not seem that special, but this is actually a car that every time I see it, I always think of my cousin who runs a magician, a magic show gig thing. I will give a shout out to him. I won't say his name, just because I want to protect his privacy. This casting actually was one of the cars I needed to complete my Velocity X collection. Yeah, my Velocity X collection. Even though I needed HW Prototype 12 with the 5-spoke wheels, this casting was the... Even though this wasn't a rare car, this was a casting I needed to find because it wasn't a rare car. I just happened to not come across it. This was the 2001 mainline, and like I said, this is the 2001 mainline Shadow Jet, so I just couldn't happen to come across it. But once in a blue moon, I think on Hanukkah or something, and yes, I'm half Jewish, as you guys know, my cousin and his father, or my uncle, you could say, they had this massive Hot Wheels, and this was even though this had a couple copies, there was an error of the car where the canopy was off. This wasn't it, but the canopy was intact. This marked my first massive Hot Wheels that I got, and most of the cars I didn't even have. So this was an awesome achievement for me. This probably marks my first massive Hot Wheels that I got from someone. So I will never forget my cousin for getting me this casting. Here is I'm trying to think, it might have been 2018 when this casting came out. Or it might have been, no, it was 2017. I could be very wrong. This is Pedal Driver, and I know for a fact this is a treasure hunt because it's got the Circle Flame logo. It's really hard to see. But this casting is special because I just completely got this one out the blue. No pun intended, because it's blue. But basically, this casting, because I say I got it out of the blue, and I remember talking about this one in a previous video, but I wanted to dedicate this video to this casting, because I remember they had like a Hot Wheels event going on, not the Legends tour, but it was a Walmart specific video. It was at a Walmart that I worked at until I quit due to scheduling issues. And this was like not while I was working, but like before I started. No, this wasn't a day I was working, but I just happened to go there because I just wanted to take a look at it. And the lady over there, I was just checking it out. I just wanted to, just check out the castings over there, see what they had and check out all the play sets and see if there was anything new. I happened to see this casting and I was like, oh, this is the treasure hunt pedal driver. She was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I showed her my collection, and she was very impressed. She was so impressed that she actually gave me this casting. And I was like, wait a second. You're giving me this casting. I thought you weren't allowed to give me it. And she was like, well, you can have this casting. And I was like, you're serious. So I took the casting, and it's now in my collection. And I will never forget the lady for this. I will never forget that moment that I got this casting. Now, this is a 2-in-1 entry. And yes, I have the elusive Acceleracers Reverb, and as you can tell, it's a little bit worn down because I played with it. I reenacted Accelerator, the legendary Ultimate Race scenes with Reverb and RD09. Now, the story behind these are very interesting. My dad went to California to get these castings. He claimed he got all the Acceleracers castings, but I knew, for a fact, there were a couple that were missing. Riveted, Chicane, and Spectite. I have Spectite and Riveted now. But at the time, I didn't have them. There were, a couple castings that were missing. But these were the two stars. I saw everything backwards. I saw Ultimate Race first, Breaking Point second. Then I saw Speed of Silence third, then Ignition last. So I worked backwards with Acceleracers. But this was the main star of the show. And then I learned of the casting's name, Reverb, not on the DVD menu, but when I saw the actual casting. And I will never forget the moment where the castings, when they crashed into each other, Galorm goes flying. Of course, Reverb goes crashing too. I will never forget that moment, but these two castings will always hold a place in my heart. And Vert, the driver of this casting, was also a real MVP in the series too, even though I liked his character development was a little bit I don't want to go too much into character development, but I liked how he went from how he goes from how he knew everything to an arrogant little wimp, and then he goes to very determined in the very end of the series. I thought that was pretty cool that he went, now that I think about it, how his character development went through. And we're almost done. This is a Power Pistons. I think I reviewed this one. I don't remember. But this is from Highway 35, just from the Highway 35 series, just RD09 and Reverb. This casting is special because this was from my birthday last year. I think I remember reviewing this one. But the next one I don't think... Yeah, the next one I haven't viewed, but I will show it because it's very special. But anyways, back to this casting. This Power Pistons is special because one of my friends gave it to me, and she is not in state. She's not in the same state as I am, but I wanted to give her a shout out because she's a really awesome individual. She's a really awesome woman. I knew her back in high school. She was a senior at the time, and I was trying to think, what was the term? I was a junior back in high school. I'm a senior now in high school. So I told her, she asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and because my birthday was coming near at the time, and I told her that I wanted this car, and then so we got together with our little environmental science group, and she gave me this car. And I will never forget the time she gave me this car, and and I will keep this little car as a memento of her. Even if she's not in state with us anymore, I will never forget this. I will never forget her. I'll never forget my friend. I'll never forget her for this. She was awesome. I'm trying not to cry right now. Now this last one, I'm gonna try not to cry for this one, but you're thinking, why is this casting so special? Well, if you've seen my Draw My Life, this is the casting that my teacher gave to me as a duplicate car on my Draw My Life. And I will mention the teacher's name because I tried to find her via email and I can't find her now. So I will say her name. Her name is Miss Holditch. She was a very nice teacher. Miss Holditch, if you're seeing this video, I just want to say you're an awesome teacher. I really miss you. I really hope we can meet again and just say hi and whatnot. But basically, backstory, I was dealing with a school bully, and this teacher was very nice. She was my English teacher back in 8th grade. And she dealt with school bullies. She always helped people, and she was a very, very nice teacher. And I had to deal with a school bully in one of my other classes. I was kicked out of school because we had a argument and a fight, and I got into a psychological breakdown. And this for those who haven't seen my Draw My Life, by the way. So then I was in there for about 5 weeks I was in a charter school for 5 weeks. I got medicated unjustly. And I'm trying not to cry right now. I was in there for 5 weeks. The kid who was bullying me got nothing. But when I got back, the teacher not only gave me the card, but every student in the classroom gave me a letter. I still have the letters in my dad's house. I'm at my mom's house right now. And I tried emailing the teacher the other day just to see how she was doing. And I haven't heard back from her, and I want to know if she still works at that school. I hope I see her one day. I even tried searching for her online, and she just seemed to have disappeared. But I hope I find her I hope I see her one day again. I really hope I do. She was an awesome teacher. And I will never forget this forward speed. This is the casting that even though this was a duplicate car that she gave me, I will never forget the major impact that this really had on me. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this little early birthday special video. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and hope to see you guys in a future video. Take care. Bye.